If you're looking to dominate the competition online on the football field, or maybe just kick back offline and play a game of soccer, then this video is for you. Hey Warriors, I'm Ben, and today on Android Gamespot I'll talk about my picks for the top 10 best football games you can play in 2020. For this list I'm only looking at real-time online and offline games, so no management game, but if you do want to see a video about those, let me know in the comments below. And just a quick reminder before we begin, I publish new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for everything mobile gaming. Number 10. Super Soccer Champs 2020. Starting with a game that will definitely give some of you a blast from the past vibes, Super Soccer Champs 2020 is a retro arcade soccer game that brings back the glory that were the retro soccer games back in the days like Sensible Soccer and Kickoff. The action is fast, the controls are simple, and there is a lot of fun to be had in this game. SSC 2020 features a World Cup League, Continental Championships and Domestic Cups, as well as National Leagues. You can even put your manager skills to the test by negotiating transfers, training and scouting players, or if not interested, simply focus on matches. It comes in a tiny size and is playable offline, making this game a must pick up. Number 9. Soccer Star 2020. Soccer Star, as its name suggests, puts you in the spotlight as a rising star. You get to pick your nationality, your name and a jersey number, and off you go on trials for low-tier teams, and you'll be working your way up the divisions and stardom as your skills get more and more attention. You don't get to play full matches in Soccer Star 2020, nor you have control of your entire team. Instead, the matches are simulated with text highlights until it's your time to shine with either an offense or a defense that you will need to execute successfully. What makes Soccer Star 2020 stands out from other games on the list is the wide variety of teams and leagues you can pick, so chances are you'll probably find your country's league and favorite team in the roster. All in all, this game has decent graphics, responsive controls, and I recommend it for playing on the go. Soccer Star 2020 is playable offline, but there is no multiplayer mode or replay highlights. Number 8. Football Strike. Developed by Miniclip, Football Strike is a game of free kicks, so you can't play full matches here. You will pick a player and test your free kick and penalty skills, both as a player and as a goalie. The game has 3 modes for you to choose from. Career mode lets you experience different stadiums around the world as you take on various challenges to unlock medals. The next mode is Shooting Race, and it's an online PvP against one player where you try to shoot targets for a higher score for the win. The third and last mode is Free Kick, which is also online and plays as a penalty mode. You'll be swapping between kicking and goalkeeping, and the one with the higher score wins. You can upgrade your player and equipment, and the controls are neat. The game does require an internet connection to play the 3 modes I mentioned, but there is the option to practice against bots offline. Number 7. Real Football. Real Football by Gameloft is an arcade game that reminds me of the good old days in gaming in the 90s and all the countless hours spent playing International Superstar Soccer, known today as PES, Virtua Striker or the Ultimate 11. And if you follow me on my personal Instagram, it's no secret that I am a huge retro gaming fan. So it's with no surprise that I like the game despite its shortcomings. The controls are decent and the soundtrack is acceptable with some here and there commentary, mainly when there is an action, and the graphics are 2.5D for the players and 2D for the supporters. The game also includes some management features so you can recruit players and build your team, upgrade the team's facilities like stadiums, hospitals and a youth camp, to name a few. You can either play matches or simulate them, and it's worth noting that Real Football is playable offline. Number 6. Score Hero. Score Hero lets you create and customize your player to your likings before diving into the one and only feature of this game, challenges. And these can be anything from making a good pass to your teammate so you can score the winning goal, to deciding how the offense should be executed best so you can score the equalizing goal with a few minutes left in the game. I won't deny that the challenges are fun and the way they are set up is entertaining and even immersive. I found myself going through more and more challenges just to see how my player's career will turn out. The controls are on point, although sometimes they are a hit or miss. The game is still getting updates, and since the video I made in 2019, over 120 challenges have been added, making it a total of 720. Each comes with a checklist for a 3-star, a bit like when you play Angry Birds or Cut the Rope. Each challenge starts with a few highlights of the match leading to the moment where you're given the action, and you can zoom in and out and change the camera's angle slightly. You can rewind if you mess up your play, but those cost money. Score Hero doesn't feature any multiplayer mode, but it's playable offline. Number 5. Major Soccer League. Major Soccer League is an arcade game that features okay graphics and lots of content in terms of teams and leagues to play. The one thing that is disappointing with this game, at least for me personally, are the controls. They're far from precise or responsive, and that can get real frustrating real quick. The controls placement isn't optimal, and I found myself either pressing the wrong button or not getting my action registered at times, and it kind of takes away from the fun factor. There's also no commentary or online PvP, but it is playable offline, and the large number of game modes, leagues and teams will keep you busy for a long time. Number 4. FIFA Soccer. Formerly known as FIFA Mobile, EA decided to shift their focus from earlier FIFA games that were designed as mobile ports to the console games and bet everything on the Ultimate Team factor. In other words, your goal is to build the best soccer team possible. FIFA Soccer features decent visuals and smooth gameplay mechanics, but these are overshadowed by the unbalanced AI, forcing you to spend money or buckle up for defeat. The game modes available range from live events, which are short challenges with rewards up for grabs, season mode where you can take on the best teams in the world but in short scenarios rather than full matches, and last but not least, head-to-head, which isn't an online real-time PvP mode as we would have hoped, but rather a mode where you and another player take turns playing against each other. It's weird and wrong for the game and sport overall. This is football, not chess. Also, the team building is a bit confusing and the energy system is frustrating, but this is the only game on mobile with all the official licenses, so if you care about that and are willing to turn the blind eye on all the shortcomings, then FIFA Soccer by all means. Number 3. Extreme Football. Fans of street football, Extreme Football by 9M Interactive is here to scratch that itch. The game is primarily a 3v3 online multiplayer street soccer game in real time, but you can also play 1v1 or 2v2. You unlock new players as you progress. These are customizable with various skins, and there's a local and global ranking leaderboard. Visually, Extreme Football is decent and the gameplay mechanics are good enough, even though I wish there was a separate control for passing and shooting, and the game could definitely use some additional modes. Still, for some fun, fast-paced arcade football game, Extreme Football is hard to beat. Number 2. DLS 20. Dream League Soccer has long been my top pick for the best football game on mobile, but as you can see, that is no longer the case. Let's get the good stuff out of the way first. DLS 20 features some decent graphics and smooth controls, the animations feel realistic, and the gameplay mechanics are on point. The game also has a lot of customization built into it. You get to create, customize, and control an entire team, build a stadium, and even import your own kits and logos, and that's rad. Game mode wise, you have the campaign, real-time multiplayer, and events, which is a challenge mode. Sadly, with this year's update, the AI took a dive as players seem to be less interested in giving you a good challenge, and although I played the game on a high-end device, it had many bugs in the visuals as you can see, so I'm not really sure what to make of that. Still, Dream League Soccer 2020 is a decent game with great graphics, gameplay, and deep management and customization mechanics underneath the surface. I just hope it works better on your phone than it did on mine. And before we check out the champion, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell for new videos every week. Number 1. PES 2020. We've been promised a brand new experience times and times again by Konami, but I'll cut to the chase. not much has changed since the earlier versions. PS 2020 sports some of the best graphics on mobile for a football game, and the introduction of some official licenses is great and all, but the shortcomings of the previous versions are still here. The graphics are identical to PES 19. There are still no player names on jerseys, and there is no additional commentary, which definitely takes away from the realism of the game. So you may be wondering, if things weren't fixed, what is new with PES 2020? Well, you have some menu display changes that make sure you know players like Messi or Gnabry are now officially licensed, and there are less glitches than before. You can now also tackle and push players off the ball, but things like cutscenes of substitutions, handshakes or handballs are all missing, and the crowd could have definitely been upgraded. Also, there are no player stats, which handicaps a game that's known to be more tactical than FIFA on consoles. Still, PES 2020 features the most realistic football on mobile, with team updates and players that look impressive, but there's a lot to be done if Konami wants to take this game from great to legendary. And that sums up my picks for the best football/soccer games to play in 2020. And I'm curious, what team do you play with? Let's continue the discussion in the comment section down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, your likes are very much appreciated, and subscribing is a good idea if you haven't yet, as I make new videos like this every week. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, and if you also want to support my work, you can sign up for a membership on Patreon or YouTube for as little as $1 and get access to exclusive badges and emojis, behind the scenes rewards, or your name in the videos. So head over to patreon.com/AndroidGamespot or check out the links in the description below. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you warriors for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android Gamespot. Stay epic!